All right, welcome back to the UJ Chevrolet pregame show. Todd Morris with you here on the Bulldog Radio Network. And it's time to sit down with UMS right head football coach Terry Curtis for our pregame interview. And, Coach, before we get to the LaFleur game last week, I want to say congratulations on picking up win number 350 last week. That's a big milestone, I think.
Well, it's like I've said before, a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
It's one thing about it, that record's going to be broken, if not this year, next year, or whatever, pretty quick by a couple of guys. And at least I can say I'm the first one to 350.
There you go. Well, it can't be broken if we keep winning.
Well, I couldn't say that to 340 because Buddy had gotten 346. So, but I can say I'm the first one to 350.
There you go.
So, we can keep playing, keep winning a few games. Who knows?
That's right. But anyway, congratulations.
Thanks.
I think it's a big number. We picked up win number 2 last week against LaFleur, 13-6. We talked about it in the pregame last week. Just not letting them hang around, and sure enough, we did, and we were in a dogfight the whole game.
I think the kids are becoming think I know what I'm actually talking about because I told them the same thing right before the game.
Yeah.
I said, guys, this is one of those games you go out there and take care of business. You may be okay second half or whatever, but we didn't, and they hung in the game, got a little more confidence, and end up playing a heck of a football game, and probably deserved better than they got.
Yeah.
But our guys found a way. We go down there the first time we get it, we score. We go right back down there, fumble. Where we got that touchdown, you don't know what may have happened.
Right. That changed the momentum of the game.
Exactly. Right there. And sure enough, then they make a big play, just like they always tend to do when you let them hang around. And we were in a dogfight, to the end. We get the punt return by Joe, and we go in and score, and that kind of did it.
Yeah. You're still kind of waiting for, as we just said, the offense. We had the opening drive and then the second drive, and we don't punch it in, we don't finish it off, and then we go 4 straight 3-and-outs after that, and you're just waiting on that. Well, I don't even know what the word I want. Crispness, maybe the consistency to happen. And I know we're still only 3 games in, but wanting to see that work its way through here is the next couple games.
Well, I've talked to him about so many things, Todd, and we may have talked about it last week a little bit, but just looking in their eyes, before the game, during the game, so forth like that, they just don't have any confidence in themselves. There's a doubt there. Can I do this? Or am I doing the right thing?
Right.
Or am I in the right spot? Or am I lined up right? Or whatever. And you know yourself, being a coach and a player, you can't play like that.
Right.
You've got to go and play full speed and play fast and make plays and really all that kind of stuff that we're talking about is just second nature.
Right.
You don't really know how you got there, but you got there.
Right.
And we're just not doing that right now. And it seems like we have fumbles at the worst time. The center quarterback again, I think was on the 3-yard line.
Yep.
Then we have another one later in the game going in and fumble, and some costly penalties when we have them backed up. And it seems like every time we have a chance to put something together and kind of get going, we do something to ourselves.
Yep.
And I told the guys, we got nobody to blame but ourselves.
Right.
And a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, because it's all about making first downs. If we can make first downs, we can keep drives going, eat up the clock, keep the ball away from the other team. But that, you have that one little execution miscue, whether it's a block or whatever, and now you're punting the football away, and they have all the confidence.
Or penalty,
Yeah.
motion
Yeah.
penalty, or whatever. Just it's hard to overcome that with where we are.
It is
right now. Hopefully Jake J, our running back, is going to be back pretty soon, and he'd be a big addition. He was who we was really counting on to kind of be the guy, and we need him back to give us a little bit more speed at the running back, and all. Bo's doing a great job and going to continue to do a great job.
Yep.
But it would help if he had a little help with Jake and a few other guys.
And we brought Denton Elliott along last week a little bit. He got a lot more touches and showed his speed and his ability. So trying to find some more weapons there.
Well, yeah, just some guys that can make some plays.
Right.
I've been real pleased with Camden Taylor. He's
Yep.
made some big catches, and and stuff. We just got to have a few more people, and we got to block a little better. We got to stay on our blocks and play with a little bit more fire and intensity, those kind of things.
Defensively, we forced 2 turnovers last week. Only gave up 136 yards, and the one big pass play they had was kind of a fluke play. But I think they're growing into their roles. How do you feel about the defense right now?
Well, I think they're getting better.
Yeah,
they're the same way. We're talking about the offense. I was really talking about defense too. Some of them still are running around, not real sure. The touchdown play, was a freak kind of deal.
Yep.
But at the same time, we had a DB that was totally out of position, wasn't where he was supposed to be in any shape, form, or fashion, and it ended up costing us.
Yep.
And we just got to play our techniques and trust our techniques. And I guess, I don't know, that's probably one of the hardest things for a young kid to do.
Yeah.
A coach can sit there and he's never had to worry about pulling guards or hammers, and fullback's going to take you to the play, just trust it. And, they've never had to worry about that stuff. And it's hard, I guess, for them to believe what you're telling them because they keep on not doing it. Yeah. So, but they are getting better with it. I did think they played a little faster.
That's what I was going to say. The effort's definitely there.
And made some plays when they needed to. We had the uncostly penalty. I'm not even sure what it was on 3rd down. The quarterback looks like he about takes a knee on 3rd and 20-something. And Mac McGinley didn't know what to do, so he goes in there to tackle him, and they call a personal foul on him. So, I don't know about all that.
A couple strange things that happened in that game, but I kind of blame that on it's still early in the season for the officials too. I think they're trying to figure out some things that are going on. But you made a change at long snapper last week. That seemed to pay off for us. Special teams were a little better in some areas, and but we still missed an extra point. So still got some things to work on in that area.
I thought it was better. Kingston been consistent as can be and missed the first extra point, and you kind of knew the other team was going to have trouble kicking and all that. So that was a big play. And been watching Hunter Smallwood in practice, and his snap's been getting better and better. And after, Pierce had a hard time at T.R. Miller, I told Coach Dean, I said, let's give him a chance, see what he can do. And, this last week, every snap was good. And, I'm sure he was really nervous on especially the first ones. But he got it back there and did a good job for us and had a couple tackles.
Right.
I was telling the team on Monday he had more tackles than some of the guys who played most of the game. But just hustle and getting down the field and wanting to tackle somebody. So I was proud of Hunter and those JV guys and young guys. We watch you in practice, and when you do some stuff that's good enough, then we will get you on a team or a special team or whatever, and start getting you into action a little bit. And we just need a few more of those guys to do that.
So here we go. All the way down to Gulf Shores, probably one of our longer trips. I think it's just as long as going to T.R. Miller. But last year's game against Gulf Shores, probably one of the better high school games I can remember watching in a long time. 35-28 was our final, and they're 3-0. I know we hear a lot about Ronnie Royal and all those guys that they have, but what are your thoughts on Gulf Shores and going on the road tonight for this region victory?
Well, they've got they were good last year. They got a lot of new players this year, and they're good again. And they lost a quarterback who was, I felt, the stabilizer last year, and they're playing a young quarterback who they're trying to looks like just manage the game. But the Royal kid and a couple more of them are boy they got from Mobile Christian, the running back. I can't think of his name, and. They're good athletes, and we're going to have to be aware of where they are. They're fast, they're shifty, and they've caused everybody problems so far, and we've got to be able to tackle.
Yep. We talked about it last week. Second region game in a row. They all mean the same, and here we go. We've got Gulf Shores and Viger next week. How are you all thinking about that? Are we talking about region wins, or are we just talking about what we got to do right now?
Well, no, we're talking about region wins. Those games are important. They're the ones that get you in the playoffs, every one of them count. And, we just happen to have Viger and Gulf Shores back to back,
Yeah.
who are probably two of the better teams, in the region.
Right.
It looks like Central Nell is much improved, and you got Faith and Williamson at the end. So it's going to be interesting on down the line and how this goes. BC Rain was in the game with Viger. Central Nell was in the game with Viger.
Yep.
But Viger's a good football team.
Yep.
And, I'm sure they like everybody else, whether they were looking ahead or looking to somebody else. I think they've got Williamson this week,
Yep.
which is a big region game. So I know they're good. So, we'll just take them one at a time and try to get to the open date.
Try to get 2 weeks till that. So we got
Yeah.
2 big games between now and then. All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us on the UJ Chevrolet pregame show. Always look forward to sitting down with you every week. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, the Bulldogs looking for region victory number 2 tonight here on the road in Gulf Shores against the 3-0 Dolphins. We'll be back with more of the UJ Chevrolet pregame show in just a minute, right here on the Bulldog Radio Network, Sports Talk, 99.5 Mobile, an iHeart radio station.